As weaken questions are the most common of all critical reasoning question types, let's look at one more. This one's got a classic weaken stem. And there's a nice conclusion key phrase in the stimulus. The word conclude near the end, these opponents conclude, highlights the main point. It should be each person's decision whether or not to use narcotic drugs. The support for this claim comes from the statement that people have the right to make decisions for themselves as long as they don't hurt anyone else. But there's a scope shift. The author assumes that personal use of narcotic drugs does not threaten the well-being of others. A good weakener will therefore introduce a way that using narcotics might negatively affect non-drug users. Answer choice C looks like an excellent match. Studies have shown that people who use non-prescription drugs are much more likely to perpetrate a violent crime when intoxicated than when sober. If that's true, then the argument falls apart. Using drugs does hurt people other than the drug's users. It's the right answer. A introduces the idea of medicinal qualities. That concept is outside the scope of the argument, so A is incorrect. B focuses on prescription drugs. Those are likewise outside the scope of the argument, which is concerned only with non-prescription drugs. D describes only a risk to the user of the drug, rather than a risk to others. It therefore has no bearing on the argument and is incorrect. Finally, E is an irrelevant comparison between two different sets of countries. The laws of those countries have no bearing on the argument. Note that rates of overdose only indicate personal risk, not risk to others. E is incorrect. Nearly all GMAT assumption family problems include some form of scope shift. Once you can efficiently identify the gap between a GMAT argument's evidence and conclusion, you'll be well equipped to tackle a wide range of critical reasoning problems.